I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a f***ing jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on. Bullets rattling and whistle at your toque. Never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loot. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. The impact, yeah, break it open, leaving nothing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked, you're safe, hiding, but I found it, homie, been cracked.
But ain't nothing inside.
Hey yo, we been back, your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack.
Flexing on that we on.
Hey bitch, you been whacked, I kill them all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie, say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap, homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud with a vision, saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trashed out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing, thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down, oh cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a f***ing jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on. Bullets rattling and whistle at your toque. Never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loot. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. Feel the impact, yeah, break it open, leaving nothing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked, you're safe, hiding, but I found it, homie, been cracked.
But ain't nothing inside.
Hey yo, we been back, your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack.
Flexing on that we on.
Hey bitch, you been whacked, I kill them all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie. Say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap. Homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud with a vision, saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trashed out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing. Thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down. Oh, cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on. Bullets rattling and whistle at your toque. Never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loot. This a war zone. This a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. Feel the impact, yeah, break it open, leaving nothing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked, you're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked.
But ain't nothing inside.
Hey yo, we been back, your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack.
Let's know that we on.
Hey bitch, you been whacked, I kill them all, feel the motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie. Say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap. Homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud with a vision, saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trashed out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing. Thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down. Oh, cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on. Bullets rattling and whistle at your toque. Never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loot. This a war zone. this a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. This a war zone. Yeah, feel the impact. Yeah, break it open, leaving nothing f***ing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked. You're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back. Your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Hey bitch, you been whacked. I kill 'em all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie, say you ready and prepared. Take a minute and make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what they clap, homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud with a vision, saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trashed out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing, thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down, oh cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a f***ing jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain to mind me, baby, let's do it.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on. Bullets rattling and whistle at your toque. Never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loot. This a war zone. This a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. Feel the impact, yeah, break it open, leaving nothing f***ing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked, you're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back, your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Hey bitch, you been whacked, I kill 'em all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie, say you ready and prepared. Take a minute and make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what they clap, homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud with a vision, saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trashed out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing, thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down, oh cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight. Unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, you're too strong, wanna battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on. Bullets rattling and whistle at your toque. Never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loot. This a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. Feel the impact, yeah, break it open, leaving nothing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked, you're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back, your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Hey bitch, you been whacked, I kill them all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war.
Hello.
Oh, that means you don't like it, huh?
Hey, ha, yeah. I'ma have the bag on lockdown. I don't play guitar, but when I'm on the stage, I rock out. Me and all my homies hella high now. Life of a young rich wannabe dropout. What you do for fun, son? What is your purpose? Questions like that, they make me nervous. Don't know no one else this damn determined. I'ma be on top, and that's for certain. Count on my back, you could do the math. I'm popping tags, wait for it, nah, bitch, I need it fast. You think that big shit with you, leave it in the past. Don't lie, babe, you'll like it. You'll get so excited when I come round for you. But right now it's me I gotta do. Knock it out the park like baseball, moving too fast, can't see me like Ray Charles. They wonder why I never take a day off. I be on my grind until I know my family paid off. I'ma have the bag on lockdown. I don't play guitar, but when I'm on the stage I rock out. Me and all my homies hella high now. Life of a young rich wannabe dropout. Life of a young rich wannabe dropout. Looking at my wrist, it's like the wintertime iced out. FaceTime with your bitch, she about to find out. Bitch, I'm a dog, I don't bark, I just bite down. That's where the juice, it's me and all my troops. I'm up in LA cause I'm looking for something new. At the top, me and my crew, I be rocking Jimmy Choo's. Bitch, I'm way too high up, I can't lose, yeah. I be cruising, these haters really out here, they snoozing. Wake 'em up, I don't care, I'm ruthless. I'm ballin' like Houston. Knock it out the park like baseball, moving too fast, can't see me like Ray Charles. They wonder why I never take a day off. I be on my grind until I know my family paid off. I'ma have the bag on lockdown. I don't play guitar, but when I'm on the stage I rock out. Me and all my homies hella high now. Life of a young rich wannabe dropout.
What the fuck, ये मेरा कैमरा उड़ गया. Hello, hello, bro. यार ये गेम कैप्चर फिर दिक्कत दे रहा है यार.
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
गेम कैप्चर क्यों नहीं हो रहा?
Welcome to Biomutant.
नाइस नाइस नाइस। गेम कैप्चर नहीं हो रहा यार। पर बेकार चीज़ है ना ये, हो क्यों नहीं रहा है गेम कैप्चर? ना कॉर्ड हो रही थी ना ये हो रही है। होगा गेम लैग यार, हो ही रहा है। ऐसे थोड़ी चलेगा यार, बहुत गेम लैग है।
Encode your DNA.
हो नहीं था लैग तो यार, क्या करूं। गेम रीलॉन्च करके देख। हो क्यों रही है बट ये भाई, ओबीएस की दिक्कत है शायद। वो यार डिस्कॉर्ड आया यार, हेल्प चाहिए। वैल्यू ही जाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ये कैप्चर नहीं हो रही है, सिर्फ डिस्प्ले कैप्चर में चल रही है।
How can something as beautiful
तो
as
वो
this
यार
be
डिस्कॉर्ड
dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style.
क्या करूं?
Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a Commando, Psy-Freak. Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Commando, Deadeye, Mercenary, Deadeye, Commando, Psy-Freak, Psy-Freak chosen. Pick a Psy-Freak, Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Deadeye, Mercenary, Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that a choice. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the
Discord
mercy
आना
of
एक सेकंड
nature
इसीलिए
and
तो
the
बुला
one
रहा
that
हूँ.
preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
अब नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Curious about what's up there? The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Careful of rope burns. Those burn. Pang pang.
पूरे भाई, पूरे भाई।
That's not too bad.
उरे भाई उरे भाई The fuck? What the fuck? मैंने ये क्यों नहीं सीखा भाई?
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
ओ भाई
pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Mutations.
Toxanol built vessels called arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single arc they left behind that we know other arcs traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on
global warming.
biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. Of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Right where it counts. Slice and dice. The deep cut. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village.
Harry Potter
He
की
must have
story
had a
copy कर
purpose
रखी है.
with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
बच्चे को टाइकोंडो आता है. Elvis.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the nono. The nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The nono's key energy is just what the pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the pensai tree. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the pensai into a tree of life, a life goal. not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Wherefore, where
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majut, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
What the?
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
What the fuck?
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Ah, you're too sharp to fall for that. Let me guide you into the light.
Wait, what? No, you were off to such a great start.
I always knew you had a good heart.
Just think of yourself, would you? The world is ending.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. In Jagni's case, letting the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life is part of their plan. They believe a cleansing is the only way the world can be saved. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. In the face. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. Wonder what's up there. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. It's not stairs, but it'll do. Let's see.
भाई वैलो खेलेंगे थोड़ी देर में जब बोर हो जाए इस गेम से।
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. They've already got word of an intruder, so he guesses the Sifu must be very interested in meeting you.
Sibi? Lappanen aginkan man. Geratna falo putut mus. Tugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life. He could only hope for you to do that, and is thankful you know what's right. That's a sign of strength. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. The Jagni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to domination. A vanquisition of the tribes and destruction of the Tree of Life won't be the restart they want. It's just an end to everything. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war is up to you. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. You were all part of the same tribe once, but without your Muma there as a guide, the disciples turned on each other and formed their own tribes. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. Even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember. You have things to do, places to go to. Says talking to you was interesting. The vendor says you can browse his goods anytime during opening hours. Sees you're eager to make a deal, but cautions you not to be too eager if you want to make a good deal. Says the Tree of Life reflects the state of our world. Says talking to you was interesting. Up for grabs. Twinkles that it's good the Myriad tribe is your friend, even if you'd rather shade than shine. Understands completely. Thinks it must have been hard to lose your parents. What that did to you as a kid. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Shudders to think about how a kid became such a ruined adult. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Itchy trigger finger. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy his good mood is infectious. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You know you can't make up for lost time. You should know, practice makes perfect. You have to keep working on it if you want to be good at it. She'll see you at the village square.
What's up? प्राइस पता करवा दे। करवाता हूँ, 1 सेकंड में नीचे जा रहा हूँ, मम्मा को बोलता हूँ, बात करेंगे।
It takes my breath away when I think of better days, 'cause I saw you yesterday. sad. How can I forget the past? Yeah, the world has become so bad. Yeah, I'm just trying to get in my bag. Restless, who's trying to get it? You guessed it. Yeah, I know that I'm way too invested. Oh, I gave you my heart and you left it. I breathless. It takes my breath away when I think of better days. 'Cause I saw you yesterday and it can't get better. But things ain't how they used to be when it was just you and me. And we were just climbing trees. Let's go and adventure. From the rooftops to the club, I walked in, everybody showing love. I walked in, everybody doing drugs. Oh, what have I got into? Let's say I'm into you, and I know I'm in too deep. Yeah, yeah, I'm in too deep. Whoa.
Need a girl like Dixie D, bad bitch, thick hips, pretty face, and an off-white tee. Tell your old man kick rock, I'ma slide through like I'm scrolling through TikTok. Oh, I need a girl like Dixie, find one with the shit, she can fix me. We can get away, fly off in a 10-speed. When I'm on the road, baby, tell me that you miss me.
I need a bad bitch, all real, hell nah, no catfish. No faking but a face like an actress. Corn-fed, grew up riding through the backwoods, yeah, running backwards. I need a good one I can vibe with, yeah, yeah. But still a freak like a side chick, yeah, yeah. All I want is some Bonnie and Clyde shit. Come alive every time that I ride with her. A bad one like Dixie, she the girl from my dreams, don't pinch me. Butterflies anytime that she with me. I just love her when she kiss me.
Need a girl like Dixie D, bad bitch, thick hips, pretty face, and an off-white tee. Tell your old man kick rock, I'ma slide through like I'm scrolling through TikTok. Oh, I need a girl like Dixie, find one with the shit, she can fix me. We can get away, fly off in a 10-speed. When I'm on the road, baby, tell me that you miss me.
Your body is a work of art, I can't leave. Promise I'm the only one that you'll see. Show me that I'm right, you told me. You dance with me until we saw the sunlight. Promise we be living out our best life. We could get away. Oh my, she fine. Can't reply when you walk by. So I feel like I can't reach your
Need a girl like Dixie D, bad bitch, thick hips, pretty face, and an off-white tee. Tell your old man kick rock, I'ma slide through like I'm scrolling through TikTok. Oh, I need a girl like Dixie, find one with the shit, she can fix me. We can get away, fly off in a 10-speed. When I'm on the road, baby, tell me that you miss me.
I got so much on my mind. Sometimes it's hard for me to try to bear the pain. You're coming, storms coming, yeah, that's the same thing. Whenever you're calling, I let that shit rain. I give you all of me, had an epiphany, cause you be trying me. Forgot the memories, if I was scared of needles, I probably would get it up out of me, huh? Go away, bitch, and don't bother me, huh? Starving for love, I'm trying to eat, huh? I quit drinking, you be proud of me, but I miss all the debauchery, huh? I won't forget how you fucked up last words, little nigga, get your vibes up. I miss the past, but you fumbled the future, was stacking my bread, you was stacking your ruler, was feeling so stupid that didn't see through it, been dreaming in you while you scheming and looting. You wanted the water and the moon, gave you Jupiter, couldn't see from the jump, niggas don't hoop enough. Now that I'm falling, nowhere to be cool with you. Call up your friend, we gon' hop in the coupe and fuck. Won't drop her off, yeah, still call her Uber, yeah. That's what emotional damage you do to you. Me leaving you, nah, I didn't come soon enough. Love is war, that's why I always stay suited up. Addicted to heartbreak, I feel like I shoot it up. You ain't hold me down, now you mad that I'm moving up. Said it was money that turned out to ruin us, yeah. I got so much on my mind. Sometimes it's hard for me to try to bear the pain. You're coming, storms coming, yeah, that's the same thing. Whenever you're calling, I let that shit rain. Whenever you're calling, I let that my phone, hit decline, fuck up my zone. Yeah, fuck up my home, leave me the ring, leave me alone. Fuck is you telling me, don't got no sympathy for it. You told me you couldn't own. Laughing, bitch, you got me laughing. Told me I ain't shit, now I'm rich. Look who's stacking, blaming everybody but yourself for your actions. Now you all alone, quoting my songs for your captions. Got young, no, I don't mean to be an asshole, but you told me I would never see you back home. You big mad, money stacking, stupid fast. Whoa, it's too bad, really thought that we would last. Yo, I got so much on my mind. Sometimes it's hard for me to try to bear the pain. You're coming, storms coming, yeah, that's the same thing. Whenever you're calling, I let that shit rain. You're so indecisive, think I need a doctor. I've been going crazy, trying to fight the monsters in your head. It's all in your head, saw you on the dance floor. Looked at me and said, you pierced me like an arrowhead. Decisive, think I need a doctor. I've been going crazy, trying to fight the monsters in your head. It's all in your head, saw you on the dance floor. Looked at me and said, you pierced me like an arrowhead. Take me back to home, dictate me, here's your throat. Spend some time alone, forgot you had a home. I just wanna save you, I don't wanna see you cry tonight. Yeah, you haven't been the same, you, I promise. Tomorrow it's gonna be alright. Harley Quinn, put some lipstick on my skin. Vitamins, these are drugs, not vitamins. Back again, now we're right back here again. It's a dead end. Catch the next flight out to Brooklyn. See the city and all its bright lights. You're too pretty to be this sad girl. It's such a pity, it's such a bad world. You're so indecisive, think I need a doctor. I've been going crazy, trying to fight the monsters in your head. It's all in your head, saw you on the dance floor. Looked at me and said, you pierced me like an arrowhead. Decisive, think I need a doctor. I've been going crazy, trying to fight the monsters in your head. It's all in your head, saw you on the dance floor. Looked at me and said, you pierced me like an arrowhead.
Yeah, like my potions, now I'm drinking oil too. Maybe I've been bugging, maybe I just love you. Think about you often, I can set my heart loose. Loose is not an option, come and let me hold you. Where I'll go with these songs, I don't know where to. Baby, you by beside, I can't explain you. Golden soul, you are not someone to lie to. On my phone, not a name, it's set above you. Let the stars align, let our love alone. Come and take my heart, you could take it all.